All right. Welcome back. I am super excited to be here with you today. But before I get started, I do have to make a disclaimer. I am not a doctor or a licensed dietitian, so I will say that all of the information in this video is for your information and educational purposes only. All right, let's dive in. All right, so your hormones, they don't operate separately. Today, I'm going to brief you on 3 critical hormones that affect your ability to release weight: cortisol, insulin, and estrogen, and they're all connected. When one is off, it affects the others. So just looking at hormones through the lens of structuring your day, cortisol is where it all begins. Yes, cortisol is your stress hormone, but it's not a bad thing. When your body is always in a highly stressed state, that's when it can get off. Cortisol will at that point stay unnaturally high and lead to all kinds of problems. So let's talk about that. See, cortisol is naturally highest in the morning. Well, this is because it's one of the amazing ways that your body is designed. It helps you wake up, become alert, and it gives you the energy that you need to get moving. It basically signals to you that it's time to start your day. It also slightly raises your blood sugar so that you have fuel first thing. That is a normal, healthy rhythm. But when women especially are dealing with instability in our bodies, specifically women in their mid-30s all the way through menopause, that's when things can start to get out of sync. And this is why it is important to eat breakfast. If you skip breakfast or even delay eating breakfast for too long, then your body is going to keep that cortisol level high. So a satiating breakfast with protein, fat, and fiber signals to your body that it's safe, so cortisol levels can naturally fall. Otherwise, it doesn't get the signal that it's safe to come down, and it may in fact continue to rise throughout the day, and this could lead to trouble. Not to mention, if you have caffeine on top of that, especially before you eat breakfast, you're actually telling your body to make more cortisol. So it's best to wait at least an hour after breakfast to have your first cup of coffee. And after a while, you might actually find that you don't really need it anyway. Not only is caffeine first thing bad timing, but because you haven't eaten yet, your blood sugar has no real stability. So your body starts to compensate, and that's where insulin comes in. Insulin's job is to take that glucose and either use it for energy or store it. When your body is overstressed, it starts holding on to everything that you put into it. Remember, this is protection. Your body is adapting and doing what it was created to do. When you're in fight or flight or freeze and you take in calories, your body says, hold on to everything because I'm not safe and I need to keep it, right? So when you give your body that stability and structure and you create that safe environment, then your body relaxes and it starts to work through those calories the way that it's meant to. So if this crazy cycle keeps happening, where you wake up with higher levels of cortisol, then you have caffeine, it continues to rise, you delay your eating, you have blood sugar swings, and then you really are going to start to feel it. The crashes, the cravings all throughout the day, brain fog, holding on to weight more easily. So stabilizing your insulin, which again is the hormone that tells your body what to do with calories. That's the simple terms. And it is absolutely critical in maintaining a healthy weight. So we have to be mindful of habits that put us in an habitual state of stress. Now here's where estrogen comes in. Estrogen helps regulate both insulin sensitivity and your stress response. So estrogen actually has a calming, stabilizing effect on your body. But for women like us, it's very likely that estrogen is fluctuating or declining altogether. And when this happens, your body becomes more sensitive to stress, inflammation, and blood sugar swings. So safety is not an option if you need to lose weight. You absolutely must be intentional about creating a sense of safety through structure and consistency. Without this, you constantly will be asking yourself, why do I feel like this? I'm tired, I'm puffy, I'm hungry, and everything just feels off all at the same time. If you're still with me here, comment connected in the comments. I don't want you to miss this. All right, this is not random. It's all connected. So what does your body need from you? Your body needs support and stability, structure and consistency. This is why breakfast matters. Eating within a reasonable window after waking up helps to bring that cortisol down. It tells your body, I'm safe, I'm supported, I have fuel for the day. Then if you choose to have your coffee, then your body is in a much more stable place to handle that natural spike in cortisol. And from there, structured eating throughout the day really becomes more powerful. When you eat consistently throughout the day at set times with balanced nutrition, you really help regulate your blood sugar, reduce unnecessary cortisol spikes, support your insulin function, and create a more stable environment for your fluctuating hormones. Look, hormones fluctuate, but we have to support them by giving them a stable environment. It's kind of like children. They get out of control, and it's our job to model stability for them. So you're not just eating to lose weight, as we've talked about before, but you're eating to signal safety to your body. And when your body feels safe, it stops overreacting. And that's when your energy improves, when your cravings settle, and when your body starts to work the way that it should. If you've been feeling all over the place lately, this might be something that you really need to work on. Structure creates stability, and that is what your hormones have been asking for this whole time. So if you learned something new today, let me know what it was in the comments, and stick around because I'll be back with more tomorrow. See you then.